What's good, my boy? Splashy here. In today's video, listen, I told you we gonna start the series of giving y'all the soup. Today, I'm gonna be giving y'all the D settings. I'm gonna give y'all specifically what my D settings is, but I'm gonna explain what the best D settings is so you can also like put the D settings out how you wanna put them out. You feel me? Because it's different D settings for every person. It's how I do it. Like my D settings change by the person I'm playing. Like say I'm playing Nike, then say I'm playing Tadibo, then say I'm playing Jin, and then Isaac, and then etc. 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 I have different D settings for everybody, but I'm gonna explain out the D settings and the best D settings you can have for everybody you know. Go verse. So let's just get straight into that thing. You feel me? Hopefully y'all got y'all Glen Rice or whatever. I don't know why I'm spinning this wheel unless Purvis finna come off this thing. Purvis coming off this thing? Come on, bro. Like, Purvis not coming off this thing. Why am I even spinning that? But boom. So we gonna go into a challenge. Just with like, I just need them to have like a decent team. They don't gotta be trash. It could be like a decent team. Let's say high reg. Yeah. Boom. So we gonna go this because these cards just came out. So I'm gonna do it. Okay. These settings are more for next gen as well. So boom. So with the D settings, the main D settings, like, you need to have D settings specifically for every person. Like these to me don't even really matter as much. I go one by one and go do settings like this. You feel me? That's more what I do. So, but we're gonna start off with the base D settings. So on next gen, on ball pressure, it should never be on anything over tight unless you are going versus T-Mac or Terry. Ricky Davis just came out today. Doesn't matter. The only two players on the game where your on-ball pressure should be on smother is T-Mac and Terry, and it's just because they can get their shots up so fast in so many 50-50 areas. Like you need, especially if you off-balling, like smother is what makes the CPU reach, etc., etc. Tight is more like if you just want to play D more than try to give flukes. Moderate is when you're playing versus a Magic Johnson type person. Like gap is when you going versus like a Ben Simmons type person. You feel me? So smother, Terry, T-Mac. Tight is just like for everybody. Like I say, like D-Book, Ricky Davis, just regular ball handlers. Moderate, I think I put this on almost everybody on the court. So that's that. And gap is just when you playing somebody you don't respect. Next we got off ball pressure. You never put your off ball pressure on deny. The most you will have on, let's say if it's T-Mac or Terry, even if it's Ricky, whatever their primary ball handler is, you want your off ball pressure on tight because you don't want to give them any free looks. Like you don't want to give up like when you playing T-Mac, do you want to give T-Mac a free catch and shoot shot? No, that's why you're not gonna put it on moderate or anything. Usually every other person on the game, if their jump shot is not quick, like yes, their jump shot can say something very quick, but I know like y'all done shot with some people shouting you like, is this really very quick? You put it on moderate. So a lot of people like to put their off-ball pressure on gap. So here go the first thing of sauce. You never put your off-ball pressure on gap. You put it on leave them because when you put your off-ball pressure on leave them, they still will play their own lane. So let's say, I'm gonna try to get in a defensive possession just to show y'all. So let's say you got your stuff on leave them, right? But let me wait for him to get to the corner. Okay, cool. Can they set up better than that though? This is a bad setup, but it should be able to get the point across. I should be able to get the point across. Boom. So let's say this man is in this corner and he's right here, right? When you put it on leave them and these two are leaving them, one, this Bill Russell, where Bill Russell is at, Bill Russell will play the corner lane if you put it on leave him. If you put it on gap, he's not going to play that corner lane. So you got to put it on leave them so he will play that corner lane without you needing to click on or do it. It's the same thing like if you got like a Taco and a Yao on the same side. If you put them on gap, they won't get themselves involved in a defensive possession. If you put it on leave them, they will always get themselves involved in the defensive possession, whether it's a pinch, whether it's playing their own lane, etc. That's basically how you make them do something on the court. You feel me? Next, we got force direction. Force direction only works on rim runners. Everybody rim runs off the wing on this game because it's really hard to rim run from the top of the key on this game because the amount of space you have is too easy to meet you at the basket. If you playing somebody who's rim running really heavy, you force direction middle. Like when I played Tadibo in 250, I put force direction middle on because I know he wants to rim run off the wing. You feel me? So I'm just going to deny the wing as a whole and make him go middle so I know what I'm giving up. I also on ball a lot though, so it's a little bit easier to play it, but I give up my middle on purpose because it's easiest to shade and play D from the middle. The wing, I know y'all who play 2K20, y'all remember the D pass and stuff. The wing is where everybody's always going to rim run from. So You got to stop him from getting to that wing. Next, we got on ball screen. You never put go over unless you are playing like the best offensive player in the world. You put go under on because they'll slide. They won't even go under. They'll slide through the screen. Go over, usually they get clipped. I know some people who run go over, you usually get clipped. Go under, they'll basically just like slide off the body. Now, if you play somebody who actually know what they're doing, they're going to shoot it, but it's still the best defensive setting. You feel me? It's like if you play a pro in Madden and you in cover 4 stock, they going to probably dot you up. But if you play a regular dude, you're probably going to cook them. But you always put it on go under. If they start shooting when they see you or your CPU going under, you just burn it. Literally, just burn that thing. Just burn it. Then switch it back to go over. You never touch any of these. All 4 of these, all 3 of these are useless. Like on ball rotate is useless. Ice, I wish it worked like it used to. It's useless. Switch, if you don't know how to X switch at all, you can put switch on, but they still don't switch every play, and it like be messing up a lot. So if you want to run switch, you just don't touch your settings at all on ball screen. Like if you want your team, it's called the switch glitch. If you want your team to switch every single play by themselves, just have all 4 of these on automatic. On ball screen, on ball center, hedge. Like put it on automatic. But like I said, you want to put your stuff on go under, especially because everybody rim run. That's the game. And you put your stuff on go under again. So now this is something a lot of people don't know, and I had to teach people last year. Listen. No matter what hedge you put on, it does not work if you put stay attached on. So I'm going to repeat that. If you put stay attached on, hard hedge doesn't matter, catch hedge doesn't matter, etc., etc. So you need to choose whether you want the pick and roll defender to hedge or you want to stay attached. And you almost have to have stay attached on this game because they just don't play no D. They kind of just sit, in no man's land on the screen. Anyways, that's why most of us who y'all say off ball a lot, we switch to the center when you set in the screen because otherwise your center just going to be stuck. Stay attached is obviously the best thing to run. So you wouldn't touch neither one of your hedges because your hedge does not matter. Why? Because your hedge defender is going to stay attached to the person setting the screen. Now it's on you to go play defense. You feel me? Off ball screen, you always put go over. Post, you always want them to front the post regardless because this is what makes them reach the most. This also will make you give up rebounding position a little bit, so you have to click on to make sure you are like, still getting rebounds, but this usually steals that entry pass. 1, if you go versus somebody that's in the post. 2, if somebody's cutting, it makes them reach a lot. Next, we got double team perimeter, double team post, manual. Switch rules, you put switch all on everything. This is for dribble handoffs. They should be switching. The fake off balls that get set randomly in possessions, they should be switching. Random cuts where they bump into each other, they also should be switching. You put switch all for this so you don't got to worry about that. Pre-rotate is a bot setting. Do not put pre-rotate on. Just rotate yourself. If you really having trouble rotating that much, then go put help on. Don't really put pre-rotate on because it just leaves a man wide open every play. Next, we got screen help. Obviously, you put that on no help. Drive help, you put that on no help. You put cutter help on. You feel me? Like, put cutter help on because cutter help is what mess up a lot of people. They won't drop too much, but they gonna save you every now and again. If you feel you don't need no help at all, though, I think no help is the best setting. But, like, when I play versus rim runners and stuff, I put mine on automatic just to, like, let people know, like, all right, I still got help. Because sometimes it's hard to guard people rim running, and they not looking to pass anyways. And by the time they look in the pass, you can recover. So I would put cutter help on. On next gen, obviously, you switch dribble handoffs. You switch dribble handoffs. If you're not going to switch it, put go under on dribble handoffs. You don't touch down screens. You don't touch back screens. You don't touch flare screens. And you put transition on no threes. If you do not put your transition on no threes, they will drop to the paint every single possession in a fast break situation. So you have to put your that on no threes. So now what I do when I do my defensive settings, because I just explained all those out to you. Let's say I'm going versus Cade at the 1, right? Cade probably would be their primary ball handler. Boom. I would take force direction off because I'm not that scared of him rim running me. Oh, also, for what I said about stay attached and stuff, this is also something you can do. Let's say you know they're going to run their offense with T-Mac. You can take off, stay attached on who you think they're going to be setting the screen with on T-Mac and individually lock in. That's like what I do. Like, I individually go change my settings in game. Like, he got so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Cade's shot is slow, but his 3 is very high. You put it on moderate. He's a point guard. You don't want to give point guards too many shots. On ball pressure, you put Cade on tight. D-Book. I'm hearing D-Book is the soup. So since D-Book would be the soup in this lineup, I would put on-ball pressure on smother. I would put off-ball pressure on tight. We don't want to give him no free ones. Poku, I don't care how good Poku's card is. Poku is a bot. If he's in a lineup with somebody, you put Poku on leave him and you put his own ball pressure on moderate because you want them to look you when they give the ball to their tertiary ball handler, you want them to think that something is open, etc., etc. You got Deadlift Shrimp. You wouldn't leave him at all. Just put his own ball pressure on moderate just so you can play the rim run because a lot of people, when they give the ball to somebody else, they rim run. I don't even know who Lasagna Diop is on this game. I know who he is in real life, but I don't know who he is. So I would put, you can't leave them on ball, so you would gap leave them on the center. And then, boom, you got Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey, I actually got to see what shot Josh Giddey has. Give me a second real quick because I don't want to set y'all up for failure. And I'm going to load into a clutch time game, and hopefully I get somebody who got a good lineup so I can show y'all what the settings would be for that specific team. And then we're going to get out of there. Josh Giddey shot on very quick. I'm pretty sure that shot is pretty slow. So I would off-ball pressure moderate that. I would on-ball pressure moderate that because you probably not going to be able to 3-hunt that well when he has the ball. Ricky Davis, what did I tell y'all? Make sure, unless he is really cooking you, you only put Smother for T-Mac and Terry. If you want to put Smother for this, I'm cool with you putting Smother for their primary ball handler, but I would keep it on tight. Off-ball pressure, I would keep it on tight as well. Make sure you would turn off the force direction, period, in the regular settings. Because this, like I said, this force direction setting, listen, the only thing for force direction, you put force direction on if you are playing somebody who is only rim running off the wing. it takes that away, and you put cutter help on automatic if you are playing somebody who's only rim running, because then they're gonna help, and they're gonna help in good situations. Next, you got Giannis. Always leave them on Giannis and gap on Giannis. Like when they give the ball to Giannis, they're most likely going to the paint. You want them to pull up in your face. Sochan, I would leave him moderate, and Caruso wouldn't matter because I doubt I would play versus somebody like that. So that would be that. So I'm gonna load up into a clutch time game, basically play versus, like, hopefully I get somebody who has like a soup lineup so I can tell y'all what you would put for those soup players. But basically you should have the settings for everybody. Primary ball handlers, T-Mac and Terry, smothered tight. Regular primary ball handler, D-Book, Ricky Davis, Pistol Pete, tight. Almost everybody else in the lineup, like, actually, I'm going to just show you my lineup, right? So this is my lineup, right? So for Jimmy Butler, if I was playing versus Jimmy Butler, I moderate him. For Terry, smother tight. Bill Russell, leave them moderate. D-Rob, moderate. Yao Ming, leave them gap. Because you want them to do something with Yao when Yao get the ball. Boom. So Oscar, it would be, well, he's in the game with T-Mac. So Oscar, I would moderate him on ball, tight off ball. T-Mac, smother tight. Worthy, moderate on ball, moderate off ball. Chris Bosh, gap on ball, because he not doing nothing with the ball. And then off ball, I will put moderate. KP, tight. You don't want KP getting no freebies. Ben Simmons, gap, leave them. Moses Malone would be gap, leave them as well. Alex English, somebody most likely wouldn't be playing them. So that would be the settings you should like use for specified people. That's better than me loading up into a clutch time game. Just remember like this. Primary ball handler, smothered tight. Especially if it's, Terry T-Mac. Smothered tight. Boom. Whoever their second ball handler is, like, if some people don't run secondary ball handlers, but like my secondary ball handler would be Jimmy, moderate. Everybody else on the court, unless it's KP, you want to leave them moderate most of the time. Like, you feel me? You want to leave them moderate most of the time, especially Bill Russell. Like, Bill Russell, you're going to put him on leave them moderate. D-Rob, you're going to put him on moderate. You leave them. I know you think he just going to leave him, but you want them to give you space so they can help you by pinching. If you put your stuff on moderate, they not going to pinch. If you put yourself on tight, they never going to pinch. If you put yourself on leave them, they going to pinch and play their lane. Gap, they just going to pinch every play. Yao Ming, though, everybody really has Yao Ming. You always put Yao Ming on leave them gap. Because Yao Ming's shot is on quick, but it's not quick. Same thing with Taco, leave them gap. Most of the top cards on the game. So that's basically the D settings. I explained them out as perfect as possible. If y'all have any questions, drop them below. I will make sure I get to everybody's comment because I know it still might be a little bit confusing for y'all. But like I said, you have base settings. Oh, I'm also just show y'all my base settings. Like when I'm just playing like a random dude, like if I'm just playing a random dude, I type moderate. But I would go in because I have it on moderate, and whoever their primary bundler is, I would put the off ball on him on tight. On ball screen would be go under. Actually, it would be go under, go over. On the center, I hate when they go under because it's like everybody can shoot from the top of the key. Everywhere else, though, people don't really be looking to shoot. They look to rim run. So I would do go under, go over. You don't touch your hedge because your hedge don't work. Obviously, you put on stay attached because it helps you X switch. And I'll be dropping like a how to X switch video soon as well. Like the best way. I'm sure y'all know how, but the best way. Off ball screen, go over. Post front. Switch rules, switch all. Pre-rotate, don't touch it. Double, don't touch it. Screen help, drive help, no help. Cutter help, only put cutter help on if you are playing somebody who literally looks like he's playing with one eye. Dribble handoff, switch. Put dribble handoff on switch. Down screen, automatic. Back screen, automatic. Flare screen, automatic. Transition defense, no threes. That would be like my base settings. So if y'all just want the base settings, that'd be the base settings I load in with. If they look like they know what they're doing, cool, you can switch it to tight. But everything I explained to you, that's what you want to do. So just so y'all don't mess up, I'm going to go over what I would do if I was playing versus this team. Boom. So Jimmy Butler, moderate. Remember, the first one I'm saying is on-ball pressure. The second one I'm saying is off-ball pressure. So moderate, Jimmy. Terry smother tight. I would put go over for Terry, though. But everybody else on the court would be go under besides Terry and T-Mac. Also, Bill Russell would be moderate, leave them. Moderate on-ball pressure, leave them off-ball. So you got pinches. You don't want them to just look to score one person the entire game. D-Rob would be moderate. I wouldn't really put it on leave him because he be hitting shots and his shot get up kind of quick. But moderate, just so when they get the ball and try to rim run, he got quick drops, you could play it. Yao Ming, you would put it on. You would put it on gap, leave them. You want when he touches the ball with Yao Ming for him to look to do something, or at least, oh my God, he's leaving me a little bit of space. Let me look to create. So gap, leave them. Oscar Robinson, I would do moderate off ball pressure. I would do tight, moderate off ball pressure. Actually, my bad. Wrong one. On ball pressure, moderate, because he's not the. If Oscar Robertson is in a lineup by itself, put it on tight. But if it looked like he will obviously be the secondary ball handler in this lineup, you put Oscar Robertson on moderate on ball pressure, tight off ball pressure. T Max smother tight. Make sure everybody is on go under. On the what's the name besides Tracy McGrady. So put your base setting on go under, and then go look to see who their primary ball handler is, and put that on go over. James Worthy, I would moderate him. Actually, I would moderate leave him because his shot don't really get up that fast. Chris Bosh, you would moderate him. KP, tight. You don't want to give KP nothing. When he touched the ball, nothing. Ben Simmons would be gap, leave them. Let me see if I got anybody. Somebody would be running. Cool, I just put Clyde in because nobody probably running. What's the name? Clyde, you would do moderate. And then Moses Malone, I would put gap, leave them. So that would be the settings for like a lineup like this. Just copy that, write it down, screenshot it, screen record it, whatever you need to be. But those are the D settings I run with explanations on why you should be running every single D setting that I brought up. If y'all got any questions, I know it's a little confusing. I'm going to be dropping offensive settings, what's the best freelancers, why the best freelance, etc. Soon, look, you hear it, I got to get ready to walk the dogs. So I'm going to get ready to get up out of here. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Stop by the Twitch, Splashy. Let me know what it is. If y'all got questions from the YouTube, always come through. I'll be able to answer them unless y'all say, I got 150K. I need 10 people. Can you tell me 10 people to get 150K? Go to DBG. But other than that, stop by the Twitter, Splash Edition. Turn on notice, DM me or comment on any of my posts with any questions, and I'll try to get to them. I love every single one of y'all. I'm out. Have a blessed day. Peace.